As I went back to Venice to see my family, the very first morning I went for a run. While the city was still sleeping, I decided that I need to feel free. I needed to release all the tensions, and honestly, these days will be just to regain motivation and reset my mind and my health. I had no time to work on my passion project during exam period, and now I really want to go back to things that actually make me feel that I'm not just a medical student and that I have many interests, and so it makes sense that I also put into those interests. And so now I'm going to a coffee shop. My passion project is that I'm writing a book, and it is for me. I don't know if I will get published or not. I don't really care. It's something that I do because I love it, and it's not a novel. It's about psychology and philosophy, and it's something that I'm so passionate about. Like, if I don't know, I think that if I didn't choose medicine, I would have gone to psychology, maybe. I know philosophy. I don't know. I never thought about it because I always knew I wanted to do medicine. But anyway, so we're going to. So I spent some time writing outside, and I have to say that I am a bit rusty, and it has been a really long time since I wrote last time, and I think it's a bit like running. Like, the first kilometer is the hardest one, and then once you get used to the pace, you're good. And I got back into it, and now I'm reading this book, which is Good Morning Midnight. It's particular. Let's say it's not a really usual book, but it's good. So today I'm going to bring you with me in this day in Venice. It will be a very, solid day, self-care day when I want to journal, go around the city without schedule, and to really recharge myself after this exam period. And I'm so excited. So let's start this day just to, feel myself again. I think one of the best way to regain motivation is to go back to why. Why do you want this career? Why do you want this dream? What makes you feel alive when you think about this dream? What makes you feel like you have a fire in your heart when you think about your mission in life? And also reflect, go back to what is your mission in life? What makes you feel like you have a greater purpose in this experience? And also ask yourself not just how will I feel when I get there. Also ask yourself, how do I want to feel in all these years that I will put the work to get there? And I know, trust me, I do know that in this hustle culture, it seems that you have to suffer, that you have to be in pain all the time just to be successful. But I realized that once I put it back to myself, I was able actually to be more intentional, energetic, focused, and go back to that initial intention and be something also outside what it was expected of me. And life doesn't have to be serious all the time. I got the eggs! So as every life-altering moment, every time I wanna feel fresh again, I need a haircut. And spring gives me bang vibes, like French girl with round sunglasses. Sure, a haircut does help, but remember that every new chapter of your life, any clean slate, just starts because you want to feel different. You want to change something. So go back to yourself and ask yourself what would make you feel better and what will make you feel more aligned with yourself. So I did my everything shower, I put a face mask on, and of course I have my probiotics here, and I journaled a lot. So in all this time that I had to reflect, to regain my energy, I journaled a lot. And when I mean I journaled a lot, I mean 40 pages of thoughts about what you may ask, drum roll, academic validation. So being on a study vlog and a study side of the internet, of course, you know what academic validation is, and I'm not gonna explain it to you. But of course, being tied to your worth, it means that when those grades are not what you expect, you then feel not just that you failed the test, you fail yourself. You think that that grade actually defined the person that you are. And in this case, it can be an external form, I think, when you think about it, like the praise that you get, features from your peers and so on. But I want to talk about another point of view, which is how you change the way you talk to yourself, the way you see yourself and love yourself, based on the external validation that becomes sort of, or like your internal validation. I hope this makes sense, but let's say that it starts as your parents being happy because you get good grades, and then your friends seeing a certain way, and then your teachers and so on. But then it gets to a point where you see yourself as just a student, and you get to feel proud of yourself only if you achieve a certain number of hours of study or a certain grade. And then it becomes that you see yourself as this sort of academic validation monster where nothing you can do is enough for yourself unless you get the result that you wanted. And I really thought about this, and once you have the time to detach from the final exam period or midterms, whatever, and I get that in that part of your life, you can, in those months, in those weeks, you cannot think about all this philosophical mindset stuff. But once you get before the semester starts again, or when you have any break, please do think about this, because ask yourself, do I define other people based on their grades or not? Because if you don't, why should you have this treatment, this harsh treatment for yourself? I mean, you're so much more than a grade, and all the system, all the pressure that you have, of course you do have it, and that's inevitable, but it doesn't mean that your life, your person, your persona, your character, your meaning in life has to be defined by those metrics, by numbers, by grades and other numbers and evaluations and so on, because otherwise you start living for showing that you live, and it's very different from just existing. Let's say if you just exist, you can be proud of yourself because that day you were a good person, you were a good friend, you show up for yourself maybe at the gym, or maybe you painted and you loved to paint and you did something beautiful and you are proud of that. But you cannot just be proud for studying, because otherwise the really important thing here is that, first of all, you have a very high risk of burning out. Second of all, you lose the real intention. Like for me, medical school is a mission. Like for me, being a doctor, being a surgeon is a mission. I talked about it before in my TikTok, and if you don't follow me there, please go check it out. And anyway, I feel that I lose that sense of higher purpose when I just attach myself to the academic validation, and I lose the passion that I have for medicine. I lose the part of me that dreams, you know, the part of you just can close your eyes and just imagine that life that you will have, and all those beautiful stuff that make you feel motivated to go on and make you passionate about your work just disappear because you're just tying your life, your worth, your being to a number. And this is something I want to make a video about, like just talking about external validation. So if you're interested in that, please follow me so we can see each other there and talk about it in much more depth, when I can give you also in detail how I overcame my own problem with academic validation and how you can adjust it to make sure that first of all you are a person that loves herself no matter what, which is not like a cheesy distant thing from the academic world, because sometimes you can get this like cold just focus oriented, like just goal oriented person, which is amazing. I mean, you do achieve a lot, but at what cost? Like your happiness, your joy, your health, your mental health cannot be the cost for your success, and it does not have to be this way. Like you don't have to sacrifice everything to get where you want to be, because let me tell you something, if you do that, if you decide not to give this a thought and you just get through it and you're like, yeah, whatever, I'm stronger and I don't need that, because you do need this. Because let's say that not right now you don't feel it, you're not going to be able to live a whole life with happiness and success if you just never heal this part of yourself. And I also want to say that being detached from academic validation and not putting all of your worth, because an inevitable, like a part of who you are will of course be the straight A student, the person that gets straight A's, that is excellent, and of course you get this academic validation. Like a part of it is inevitable because it's part of your person, and it's like I was for many years a tennis player, and of course I identified myself as a tennis player, so when I won a match I was happy, and that's like completely normal. But I never had the sense that if I lost a match and it was a failure and I wasn't able to, you know, love myself as much. To say that once you get to detach who you are to what you do, you start living for also a deeper meaning of your life, which is not just a number, not just a grade. So think about how much of your life is based on how proud you feel for doing instead of being, and how many times you actually feel, you know, that sense of satisfaction for the person that you are and not for what you do and not for the numbers. So this is something that I had time to think about now in this week that I got for myself, and I think that it's really important. And again, I will see you in the video that we'll make about academic validation. But anyway, I hope that made you think about something.